Hi folks. So in the last video I mentioned that I had a Sportive coming up. So today I just wanted to go through what I've done to get the bike ready for the Sportive. So I'll be using my GT grade gravel bike. I have bought a set of road wheels for it. I've already done a quick video on the DT Swiss A1800s. I usually run those with a set of Vittoria's Afro tyres on, just because they're the cheapest, decent named road tyres that I could find, just for riding back and forth to work on. They do have half the rolling resistance of the gravel tyres that come on the bike, but ready for the Sportive I fitted a set of GP 5000s by Continental, because they have half the rolling resistance again of the Afros, so that should make the ride just a little bit more manageable. And today I've ridden it back and forth to work. It was raining when I left for work this morning, and straight off the gate the tyres got well in the wet. It was a noticeable difference, even though I was taking it a little bit easier because it was damp. My average speed was up by 0.6 of a mile an hour to what I did on the bike yesterday on these Afros. And they also feel a little bit more comfortable on the wrists, which I was surprised at. So there's a little bit less vibration coming through. So that's a win-win. Once I've done the Sportive, these will be coming back off, and the Sportive, the Afros will be going on, just so I'm not knackering a tidy set of tyres out, just mincing about. So the other things I'll be doing, well, not a lot really. A gravel bike is already a very comfortable bike for endurance riding, which I'm only doing a 37 miler, but it'll be endurance for me because at the moment longest I've done since having a chest infection is 28 miles. But I've just made sure the bike is in good working order. I've given it a good clean decrease, trimmed the gears, bled the brakes, and yeah, that's about it. I've messed about with a twist amount so that it can carry my Garmin 530 bike computer, and managed to get a magnetic camera mount on the front, so I'll be able to put the Action 4 on and off the front to record my ride. I will be wearing a heart rate monitor and a cadence sensor on the bike, and with that I should have enough information to pace myself because I can't afford a power meter. I will still be riding on flats with my trusty flat shoes. I will not be using a set of clipless pedals because my right foot can't take it. Well, I always thought it was my right foot, but I've had a bike fit a couple of months back, and it turns out my hip sits at a weird angle and pushes my leg out, so you can't account for that with a set of clipless pedals that much turn, and it causes pain in my knee and my foot. So there we are. In the bike bag at the back, I usually carry, it's a good size, and I usually carry a decent amount of space, so I'll just be carrying what I normally do in there. I'll have an inner tube, 3 CO2 bottles, a CO2 pump. My multi-tool has a chain breaker on it, and I'll be carrying a spare split link in case I get issues with the chain, which I shouldn't because I do keep it clean and degreased, but I'll be ready if that happens. My front bag doesn't normally have anything in it other than my mobile phone, so I'll be carrying 2 bags of sweets, Star Mix, Haribos, that I'll have instant access to there for quick food on the go. I will then be carrying some flapjacks and bananas in my jersey pockets, and for 37 miles that should be enough. I'll be running 2 Camelback 710 milliliter Camelback podium bottles with some electrolyte drink in it, and I will also be using a Camelback something light. It's a 2.5 litre Camelback with 1.5 litre bladder, and then a litre spare space for whatever bits and pieces you want to carry. I'll be putting a bike pump in it in case I'm really unfortunate and I have more than 2 punctures and run out of CO2. One more thing I will also be carrying is this, a Sportful Hot Pocket little waterproof jacket, because the rain is meant to be forecast is crap for the Sportive on Sunday. So I tried this out in the rain this morning on the way to work, and it is waterproof, which I'd be annoyed if it wasn't. But for a small waterproof jacket that folds up so small, it was surprisingly breathable. I didn't get too hot and sticky in it, which is unusual for this time of year, because I've got a lot more expensive Gore jacket that's properly waterproof when it really chucks down, but that's too hot and sticky for this time of year. So that'll be going in my back jersey pocket as well, ready for when the rain comes. Things that will be coming off the bike, this big light will be coming off. I'll just be carrying this little rubber light mounted to the side of the seat post. My main light bracket will be coming off. I'll still be running this little light in case the weather is bad. As far as training in preparation for the ride, well, I was going to be doing 54 miles, and I was going to look more into getting my exercise and nutrition on point running up to it, but I've had a really bad chest infection that knocked me out for like 3 months. I've only just got back on the bike. I've done a 28 mile ride with 2,800 feet of elevation in it, and that killed me for like 3 days. This ride is 37 miles with 100 feet less elevation, so I may just about not get there. I'll be having plenty of pasta a couple of days running up to it, and the morning of the ride I'm going to be having porridge. I've already mentioned what I'm doing for fluids and food out on the ride, and that should see me for 37 miles. And hopefully then I can get a longer sportive in next year if I'm not dogged with too many repeated chest infections. If there's anything else you think that I should be doing in preparation for a short sportive, please do mention it in the comments. Cheers, guys.